What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DFS Dose YouTube channel, Twitter, wherever you are watching this edition of the Sunday Best Ball Brunch. Joey, today we are tackling DraftKings in the biggest tournament on the market. 830,000 people in this $5 tournament on DraftKings.
Yeah, our first ever DraftKings stream. We didn't do one last year because the UI is just so bad, and I'm pretty sure they don't even have a draft board. But we are focusing on DraftKings best ball more this offseason, so I thought it'd be a good idea to just hop in one of these little $5 drafts. Everybody that's watching should be able to get in if they want to draft. 837,000 people. That's a lot. 75,000 entries already, though, and it's only the first week of June, so not too bad. I would say just for DraftKings, a lot of these tournaments aren't going to fill for a while, so I would say just spread out your drafting and do the heavy lifting towards the end of the offseason when we have the most information possible.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially in the higher buy-in ones, like DraftKings did some unique stuff that I like, and we'll definitely do streams later in the off season of, the $15 single entry, the $200 single entry. I mean, I just love the idea of single entry best ball tournaments. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, we were talking about it like before all these tournaments came out, and I was like, a high buy-in single entry best ball tournament would be electric, and then DraftKings did it. So I kind of like that, but that only has 37 entries out of 1,000. So we got some time on that, but we'll definitely do a couple streams where Ben drafts his team and I draft my team on separate streams, and that should be electric. One bullet to win what is it, 100K or
I think it's
200K
50,
or
something like that. I don't know.
Something crazy.
This one is a milli maker. First place prize is $1 million. Pretty steep drop off. Second place 204,000. Third is 150. Four is 1K. So super top heavy tournament. $5 entry. Still the opportunity to make $1 million, but just the size of the field is crazy. So we're gonna have to get unique in this thing to take it down, and I think that's going to be the plan here. I'm just going to try and get unique, get weird, and you never know what's going to happen in these DraftKings drafts. That's the one thing I'll say. Like, they can get real weird real fast. It's not like Underdog where things are pretty tight and consistent.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to do DraftKings as well, since we've never done it, and we could show everybody on YouTube that, from site to site, ADP is different, people draft differently, and how there's the biggest edge on this site out of, all the major best ball players in the industry. So I say we get into it.
All right. You ready? I'm going to hit this enter button right now.
Oh, did we get in?
Yes. Oh man, that was close.
That was perfect.
Look at that. And I got the turn.
I got pick 3, so not too shabby,
Interesting. See, I don't see any of our Discord members in here. Looks like
that it was just an unfortunate run out that we were 2 of the last 3 people to join.
That's going to be a consistent theme throughout this draft, is just the failings of DraftKings, user interface. Like, it's not like Underdog where you can see how full the next one is going to be, or Drafters. It's just like,
and that's like
you never know.
That's one of the best features for content creators specifically.
Absolutely.
Is being able to see how many people are in there and get, people in your community in the drafts and draft with them and interact. So yeah, that's tough, but it is what it is.
Here we are. Draft kicks off. You got the 3rd overall pick. Full PPR. 20 rounds.
Playoff format.
Important.
Yeah, so I'm pretty just locking in whoever falls out of the top 3 guys.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've seen JT fall to 3 on DraftKings before, so not in this one though. Off the board, 101. Looks like you're going to get the leftovers of Cup or McCaffrey.
And I am fine with either or. So I will take McCaffrey here. Just the ultimate PPR monster CMC is. What?
I had a realization last night, though, and it's going to hurt CMC's value.
What?
Why are you drinking out of a Panthers cup? Did you know you were going to take CMC?
Manifested it. You got to manifest what you want in life.
Dude's a Patriots fan drinking out of a Panthers cup. What are we seeing here?
I went to the Panthers-Patriots game last year.
Why didn't you buy a Patriots cup?
Sick cup. Bro, they don't have Patriots gear in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm sorry. Derrick Henry, 4th overall. That's a bit of a reach.
Mm-hmm. Chase, Jefferson, pretty standard here.
But you're in a position where we were just talking about it off stream, where if you want, you can get unique, as you know, some people in the industry have talked about, getting unique, especially at this turn where some combos of players might not be as high owned as others.
Yep, that's so definitely something that I think you want to focus on, especially in tournaments like this. So from what I have gained from my reading, and I want to shout out Hayden Wings for all of his research. Dude is just incredibly sharp. But he said the two most, obvious ways to get unique at the turn here are if a first round player falls to you, because that happens so rarely. Like Najee Harris's ADP is 8.2. Getting him at the turn and pairing him with somebody, a little bit later, second round, just never happens.
Yeah, I mean, Najee Harris at 112 is a smash.
Yeah. And God, like I want to do something weird to get unique, like reach on Swift or Debo to pair with him. But I mean, I can leave the turn with Diggs and Najee Harris, like smash. Absolutely.
I mean,
smash.
I honestly feel like that's a pretty unique combo in itself, because Najee goes top of the first, and Diggs usually isn't there to pair with Najee in the second round. So I feel like that is kind of unique.
I'd like to think so. The unfortunate thing is that there's a 0.0% chance that Josh Allen makes it back to the turn. Not on DraftKings. People love quarterbacks here.
Yeah, the quarterbacks on DraftKings are way too high in my opinion. But it's because DraftKings does bonuses. You have your 300-yard passing bonus, which obviously boosts the value of, the elite pocket passers like Josh Allen, Mahomes, Brady, Burrow, Herbert, etc. So makes sense. And that's obviously what I like about DraftKings, is that they have bonuses and whatnot, and that's just an added strategy, in my opinion.
More incentive to stack.
Yeah, for sure. So right here, pick 22. Personally, I'm not really in love with anybody that's still left on the board. Unless Debo were to fall these last two picks, I don't know which route I'm going to go. So we'll see what happens when it's my turn. Unless Debo falls here. Let's see what Adam Bernardi's going to do here.
I have a feeling he's going to take Debo.
Probably. All right. Oh, you didn't.
No.
All right.
Tyreek off the board. All right.
CMC and Debo can't beat that star, in my opinion.
That's not bad. Not bad at all. And now you got a, sort of choice here where you're going to go in the direction of this draft. Are you going to go with a second running back to anchor your team, or, is this a hero running back team?
I do like Saquon this year, but I feel like his ADP is a little high. Javonte, I can't draft Javonte right now in the third round, splitting with Melvin Gordon. I
feel like Javonte's got such a high ceiling.
Well, you just went, so that makes it easier. Gosh, it's either Saquon or Keenan for me. Do I go with the 2019 studs and try and and try and hope they stay healthy. Let's do it.
Is that the strategy?
Let's do it.
I mean, yeah, CMC and Barkley. This team is banging 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Oh,
is
yeah.
when they had their monster season.
God, time flies.
Yeah. Yeah. Time really does go by fast as fuck. Sooner than later, we're going to be 6 feet deep.
Can't come soon enough, if you ask me.
Hey, at least drafting best ball makes you feel a little happy to be alive.
Yeah, it just makes you forget for like 45 minutes.
All right. So I got a CMC, Saquon, and Debo Samuel start. So I'm liking my start here so far. All right. Pick 36 coming up for you. You have Najee, Stephon Diggs. What route are you looking to go here? Are you going to...
I'm just taking a look at my playoff schedules for the players I already have. Doesn't look like there's too much I can do. Obviously, ideally for me here, like if Mike Williams falls, that's a smash. I've been talking about Mike Will, all offseason as a guy that I think could take a Cooper Kupp-esque leap into becoming a top-tier wide receiver one. And I mean, he's definitely my favorite player on the board. If he can fall 3 spots, that would be immaculate. I also wouldn't mind Jalen Waddle in this spot. Get the
full PPR site.
Yep, full PPR. Get the correlation with the first week of the playoffs and Stephon Diggs. That's a little piece to add there. We'll see what.
I mean, you might get Mike Will here.
I mean, I'll take both if I can.
But he does have an awesome logo, and he could be a little sharper. So if he's sharper, he drafts Mike Williams here.
Yeah. That's one of the brand logos that is sharp. I think it goes ETR, the DFS dose, and then maybe Osmo.
Yeah, he goes Mike Will. That's the correct pick.
Fucking scumbag. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do here?
Yeah, I think Waddle is one of your picks just for the full PPR and the bonus upside.
And then. So I will take Waddle. Give myself a second to think about this other pick. Maybe what I do here is it's a bit of a reach, but I do think it's probably the highest upside pick on the board right now. You know what? Never mind. No, I was going to take Lamar Jackson, but no, I'll just take Brown here. It gives me some upside to stack Kyler if I so please. I like Lamar specifically with this team because they play the Steelers in week 17, so that would have been some correlation with Najee, but it's just too much value giving up, like taking Lamar Jackson 11 picks ahead of ADP. Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel first and foremost. And if you haven't, you can go check out our recent podcast where we talked about, our favorite buys early in the off season for best ball, and Hollywood Brown was one of our favorite buys.
Love
so
him.
You can go listen to that and hear our reasons for why we love Hollywood so much. But right here, I'm hoping that Deontay Johnson will fall to me. Get the correlation between CMC and Deontay Johnson in the first week of the playoffs. So I hope he falls 3 picks. We'll have to wait and see on that. And he's a good PPR wide receiver for sure. What was one of the best last year with Ben Roethlisberger as his quarterback, and he just goes. So kind of puts a halt in my plans here.
Might have dodged a bullet. They've just got so many mouths to feed there.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's a reach according to DraftKings ADP, but I'm gonna go Allen Robinson here if he's still on the board.
A-Rob is your top available wide receiver here.
Yeah, I think A-Rob is the correct pick here.
over Moore and Cooper. Cooper's your boy, though.
There's just so much uncertainty right now with Deshaun Watson. Could go DJ Moore, but I kind of don't want DJ Moore and CMC on the same team. Just because the offensive environment is just so bad in Carolina, in my opinion. So I don't really want too many Panthers on the same team. So yeah, I'm gonna go A-Rob here.
Okay.
But if one of these guys were to fall, like DJ Moore or Amari Cooper, I'm smashing them at pick 51. So let's see what happens here.
I mean, right now, Cam Akers is, well, he goes, but that was a 10-pick fall in terms of ADP. Nobody else really falling. That's the other thing, by the way, is like DraftKings default doesn't sort by ADP. You have to like switch it.
Yeah.
It sorts by their ranks. Like, bro.
Yeah. But solid start for me. CMC, Saquon, Debo, A-Rob, Amari Cooper.
I mean, you're at the point in the draft where you got to start building correlations.
Yeah. Or just try and hit on every single one off and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the optimal in a 830,000 person tournament is just shoot.
Hey,
for the
you
moon.
have to hit the stone nuts with every player.
That is facts.
It's kind of like
Cooper's a good pick there. So.
You know, it's triple of what a DFS Millie Maker is, and a lot of the DFS Millie Maker winners, you know, from last season, go take a look at their teams. I mean, it's different because it's 17 weeks and it's playoffs, but kind of the same thing.
I mean, trust. I saw their teams last year. They were horseshit. We talked about them.
We do a review every week of the Millie Maker team, of the winning team.
You might catch like 3 good teams per year, and the rest of them are just like, how? Yeah. I mean, we'll see how these next couple of picks go. I feel like obviously Kyler would be a smash for me here.
Yeah. I thought Gabe was gonna fall to you there for a second. I would have said Gabe's a smash.
I would have been dummy lit if that happened, but see, none of my correlations are really falling to spots where I can take them, but it's okay. I can just build some mini correlations here.
Yeah, when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the matchups, and there isn't much for me right now.
I mean, Chris Godwin, 7 picks past ADP.
Darnell Mooney right before you.
Standard. Godwin goes. Yeah, this Awesemo fella, he's just a fucking ADP vacuum. He is not letting any value fall to me whatsoever. But that's okay. This is a really, really good turn for me, in my opinion. I get
you go
Kyler Murray.
Yep.
That's easy. Paired with Marquise Brown, and then I'll just go ahead and take Rashad Bateman as my wide receiver 4. Got some week 17 correlation with my first round pick in Najee Harris, and easy turn for me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it seems like Papa Dom is really kind of the only sharp guy in here.
Yeah, I mean, he probably goes J.K. Dobbins here just for the ADP value. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, 5 picks. I mean, you got a couple players, J.K., D.K., but he goes Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra is a player that we're fading. Talked about that on a recent episode of the podcast. It's just tough for any Lions receiver, especially the one that's being drafted the highest, with all the mouths to feed there. Swift, Hawk, Chark, Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like,
yeah,
it's going to be a lot more spread out this year than it was at the end of last season when Amon-Ra was putting up 25 points per game. Like,
agreed.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Right here, I truly don't know which direction to go. Could go quarterback, but don't really have a stack yet. Or I don't have a quarterback to pair unless I go with Stafford.
I mean, you got Trey.
Yeah, I could go. I could
It's
go
early for
Lance.
Trey, but
I mean, I have a bunch of stacked quarterbacks, but it's too early to draft any of them. Huh. You know, we talked about how Michael Thomas could be a fade. I'm kind of indifferent towards it.
mhm.
I don't mind him. I'll take him as my wide receiver 4. You know, if the situation does work out and he does play, I think he will provide value and he'll beat his ADP if he plays. But we talked about it. He's a fucking diva. And
Stone cold.
you just truly don't know if this dude is gonna play or not. So you take a risk with him, but so I'm up again. I have CEH available, AJ Dillon, Russell. It's too early to take a quarterback. What to do? What to do? I think I go CEH here. I'm just filling out my team. Go
CEH,
CEH.
huh?
His lowest value of his career, and he's still attached to Patrick Mahomes.
I never thought that you would be the bigger CEH guy between the two of us. Times have
Yeah.
really changed.
Yeah, I mean their playoff schedules: the Texans, the Seahawks, and the Broncos. So, you know, some favorable matchups. Obviously, I don't think he's that talented of a player, but like I said, his value has never been lower. And on DraftKings, a full PPR site attached to Patrick Mahomes, like I think he's a very solid RB3 this year because his price is now correct, in my opinion. It wasn't correct his first 2 years.
That's fair. That is fair.
And you know, I don't know who told you not to draft CH 2 years in a row, but yeah, somebody did.
Somebody certainly did. I mean,
I
can already. I'm pre-tilted because I know he's about to take AJ Dillon here.
Let's see.
Elijah Moore, chopped.
Yeah, AJ Dillon here for you, so pretty solid pick.
I mean, easy. I'm just double dipping at running back. Dillon, Pollard, easy.
Yeah, I mean, Pollard in the 8th, I think is a little pricey.
That's his price now, though. I mean, his ADP
Yeah.
was 88. I took him 85. So
yeah, I don't know if I like him in the 8th round.
Here's the thing about Tony Pollard and the Cowboys like backfield in general is like if Zeke Elliott is now a 4th, 5th round pick, then Pollard has to be doing something because one of their ADPs is wrong. Either Pollard's going too high and we should be taking Zeke earlier, or Zeke is going, where he should, and then Pollard is spot on in the 8th, 9th because he's going to have an expanded role. So I don't know. I personally haven't been taking any Zeke. I'm more of the belief that Pollard gets, slightly unlocked this season.
Okay. I mean, I would tend to lean that way as well. He's just too good to not have him on the field, in my opinion.
I mean, you're set up perfectly if you can get Stafford here.
Well, I think this dude did he take Cup?
No, Cup is behind you.
He's behind me. Yeah.
You got to snipe him. You got to snipe right through his soul.
Nah. If he doesn't take Stafford here, I'm taking Stafford. Easy stack.
Yep, with some value too.
Let's see what Adam does. I mean, if he's smart, he doesn't take Stafford. But there's not a lot of sharp drafters on this site. And he might get auto-drafted, which would just be terrible. Oh, cream hot. Good pick.
Good pick. Awesome pick for you. Stafford, you get your stack. Now you just got to find a Chargers piece for week 17. Maybe a Gerald Everett late in the draft or a Josh Palmer or something like that.
Yeah, I need a Broncos, Packers, or a Chargers player for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I got the stack at value. See, that's why I wanted to wait. Took CEH, it worked out in the end.
Right.
But on this turn, this is where shit starts to dry up, in my opinion. This is horrible.
You don't like this part of the draft?
No, this part of the draft is not very enticing. See, I could double dip here and go Lance.
I was just about to say, I mean, if I'm you, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Double dip, get 2 stacks.
They do have different bye weeks, right?
Who knows? Yes. So I'm done at quarterback.
Who knows? After
I got the upside pocket passer in Stafford, and I have the upside second year quarterback rushing upside with Trey Lance and stacked them with Deebo Samuel. So I'm liking this team so far. And that's probably what you want to do in these drafts is try and get 2 of these, higher upside guys within the first 10 to 12 rounds, just because the quarterback pool does dry up pretty quickly in these drafts. And a lot of people are drafting 2 quarterbacks relatively early, and I think that is correct. Especially on a site like DraftKings, if you can lock up a guy that could go for the 300-yard bonus every week, like Stafford or Mahomes, Allen, whatever, or a rushing upside quarterback like Lamar, Kyler, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, like you're in a pretty good spot. All right, right here. I mean, you got a couple options you can go. You haven't drafted a tight end, and you're getting some value on Knox. Yeah, so I wouldn't mind him. You're also getting some value on James Cook. Get a piece of that Bills offense.
I think what I'm gonna do here is right. So I've already got Steph Diggs as my wide receiver 1. I'm gonna take Knox. So I've got 2 pieces of the Bills offense, two very solid pieces of the Bills offense, and then I'm gonna grab Tyler Boyd as my wide receiver 5. Just a little bit of correlation. I don't have any full correlations for week 17, but I've got, correlated pieces. I've got Najee and Bateman. I've got Boyd and 2 Bills players. So yeah, I think that's okay. It's going to be really hard for me unless I get a good secondary stack at this next turn. But, with Kyler Murray, the Cardinals play the Falcons. So like London and Pitts are already gone. There's nobody else that I want on that team, like I could take Bryan Edwards in the 20th round maybe, but like other than that, it's kind of chops for a Falcons bring back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you do have light options with the Falcons with like Bryan Edwards, Auden Tate, but I mean, they're scrubs.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean,
they're not really going to make your lineup far too often. So the correlation kind of doesn't matter, especially when the Cardinals are blowing them out by 35. Your guys are going to get there either way.
I like my team so far. I think it's just been a lot of decent value and solidly correlated picks. I almost reached on Tua there, but we'll see. See if he falls.
Yeah, right here I could go a lot of different ways. Could go. I mean, if you're giving me value on a pass catching running back on DraftKings, I'm taking it. That's my first share of Chase Edmonds.
Chase?
My first share of the offseason. But I got him 12 picks past ADP, and you could really argue if you're getting any player past ADP, it's a good pick.
Yeah, especially if it's
a full round.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. And this is the site where you want to draft Chase Edmonds.
Correct.
All right here. 123. I'm probably going to go with one of these 3 wide receivers in Landry, Jameson, or Kenny Golladay. Obviously, we talked about Kenny Golladay a bunch. I don't mind him. I kind of want to go Jameson here. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and get that late season rookie upside with Jameson. And obviously, the type of player he is, his ceiling is astronomically high.
Mhm.
Hopefully it works out, but obviously Jared Goff as his quarterback isn't great. But Kenny Galladay as Daniel Jones is his quarterback. So
Right. And you got some week 15 or wait, no, week 16 correlation, Jameson and Christian McCaffrey, maybe they
yeah.
both explode in week 16 and shoot you into the finals. Who knows? That pick right there might have just given you what you need to have a shot at $1 million. You never know.
And then we'll come back to the stream. We'll come back to 31-20, where you said that after I'm in the finals with this team.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll clip it, post it on Twitter, and then I'll win $1 million.
I like manifest that energy. You got to.
All right.
I mean, I've got a dream pairing coming up at this turn. I just don't know if it's gonna hit.
I already know you're drafting Ronald Jones if he's there.
Yeah. I'm smashing Ronald Jones, bruh. Please. Hunter Henry, yeah, don't care about that.
Hunter. He's a value this year.
Yeah, I saw our buddy James hyping him up the other day. I could see it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to catch touchdowns.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is easy. Take Rojo as the RB4. Take Tua as my quarterback 2, paired with Jalen Waddle. Both of them a couple picks past ADP. And, you just let the draft fall to you. Easy. Easy catch.
That's all you got to do. Let the draft fall and hit the pockets of value when they present itself.
Yep. Gotta love it. Gotta love DraftKings. You don't really have to do too much.
So I have pick 142. My hope is that Albert O is there because he will correlate with CEH. He will correlate in week 16 with my Stafford and A-Rob stack. So I hope he falls here. His ADP is 140. I have 142. We'll have to wait and see. If not, I could target like KJ Hamler. He'd be a good pick in this format later in the draft. And now that I said that, you're probably going to take him. But yeah, hopefully Albert O takes here and I can get my tight end 1 here.
I fucks with Hamler. He's back at OTAs, healthy.
Just a very good correlation piece here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But it's also hard not to draft Gronk because, like, if he does play, he's attached to Brady. But
there was a report, I think, today.
He'll probably be like mid-August and be like, "Yeah, I'm playing."
I mean, they're saying that they expect to sign him before training camp.
Yeah. Well, he went, so at least I don't have to.
No debates there.
Decide between him or Albert O. But Albert O is my pick here if he doesn't get taken. If he does get taken, I could wait on some of these tight ends like Everett, Fant, Higbee. All would pair pretty nicely on this team. But yeah, come on, Adam. You haven't fucked me yet in this draft. Don't do it now.
You don't have a QB2 yet, do you?
Yeah, I have Trey Lance and Matt Stafford.
Oh yeah. Oh, you double dipped. Yep. Gotcha.
Come on, Adam. All right, there we go. Corey
Davis. All right. Alberto off the board. I mean, Justin Fields is falling right now.
Yeah.
There he goes. Somebody just got him 13 picks after ADP.
Existence. You know what?
Hendo. Good pick.
Obviously, you kind of don't want a running back in their quarterback and a wide receiver, but I think Hendo's role to begin the season will be the pass catcher in the backfield, and he'll play on pass downs. And then I think he will have, some some decent rushing upside, but obviously Cam Akers is probably going to be the workhorse there in terms of attempts. But I think Hendo was just pretty good last year, and he deserves a role on the team. So,
I mean, he's definitely like one of those backs that can give you value without Akers getting hurt. But if Akers gets hurt, he's like, weekly RB1. So, love players like that. A couple picks till I'm up here. Don't really know what direction I'm going in yet. I mean, Jameis off the board.
It's a little early.
Parker off the board. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping he would fall, but
yeah, it's just Parker's literally never going to give you 100-yard game.
I mean, probably nobody on the Patriots is, right?
No. Maybe once in a while, but I doubt
Thornton?
any. No. He's probably not even going to play. The 3 wide receiver set is going to be Parker, Myers, Bourne. I think Bourne is probably the most likely to get you 100 yards. But yeah, all of these guys are not going to get 100 yards. Devontae Parker's probably going to have like 4 or 5 catches a game for like 70 yards or 60 yards. And then he'll get hurt.
So for me, I will take my tight end 2, Cole Kmet, like that. And I mean, I'll go wide receiver here. These 3 guys at the top of the ADP are pretty similar in like Pierce, Osborne, and Dotson to me. I'll just take Dotson. Some good camp reports about him. Terry McLaurin, who knows, potential holdout. I don't know. He probably plays for Washington still, but Dotson has reportedly been quickly forming good chemistry with Carson Wentz. So why not grab my first rookie on this team?
Yeah. Don't hate those picks at all. I will have pick 166 and 171 upcoming. Gerald Everett just went, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that he was going to fall and I could have him as my tight end too and have that Rams Chargers correlation.
You're running out of Chargers.
Yeah, I have Josh Palmer in the queue, and he's not like. If you look at this screen, he's not up yet, so it's like I'm hoping that they just don't scroll down the list. But yeah, if Josh Palmer's here, easy pick. I think he plays in 3 wide receiver sets, and obviously, if Mike Will or Keenan were to get hurt, his value immediately rises, attached to one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So it's an easy pick if he falls here. Come on, Adam. Don't do it to me.
Don't do it.
It's just like, it's so like, because on other sites I would be able to click on just this and see his team drop down, but like you got to scroll down and change all this just to see where he's at. He sniped me. That's tough. It's a tough scene.
I mean, Higbee, right? Yeah.
Yeah. What a scumbag.
Yeah, he really just did you filthy, to be honest. That's kind of crazy. Now you got to take Jalen Guyton in the 20th round. That's what he just did to you.
Yeah, no shot. Absolutely no shot.
I mean, I like KJ Osborne here. Here he goes. Shouldn't have said shit.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
You're welcome. I mean, there goes David Bell.
I mean,
OBJ.
Late season upside, buddy.
I guess.
He's going to come back, obviously. He's going to play in 2022, and he's going to play towards the end of the season where if he has a spike week or two, who knows? What if it's in week 15?
I mean, like, you saw some quotes from Cooper Kupp this week, too, right? He was like, I really want OBJ back. Like,
hey, full-on Ram stack. Fuck it.
Going back to that article I was mentioning earlier from Hayden Winks, like the numbers that he put together are pretty stunning and clear that you absolutely want to stop after 3 players. You're, everything just drops after you start going 4 or more. Like that's overstacking. So that's kind of what I'm doing now is I'm stopping at 3, but
and I have 3 right now.
Right. Obviously you can't project OBJ to go there, so I wouldn't count that. But all right, got some interesting options coming up here. Jalen Tolbert would be an interesting pick. He goes quite a bit earlier on Underdog. The fact that he's still, available at this point in the draft is interesting on DraftKings. And it's not like he's falling either. His ADP is just different on this site. But I mean, he's going like, what is this? The 15, 16 turn? Like he's going in like the 12th on Underdog. So,
and just for DraftKings in general, I think 20 rounds, that just gives you, a little bit more flexibility if you do want to go 3 quarterbacks or 6 RB or 3 tight ends. Like
you do whatever you want.
Because I have 2, 5, 6, 2 here. And like on Underdog, I wouldn't draft another quarterback or another running back. Probably would draft another tight end, but like on DraftKings, like I could draft a 6 running back in this build, in the 19th or 20th round and just take a chance. My next couple of picks are going to be wide receivers, but at the end of the draft, I'm just gonna take shots and see what happens.
All right, I feel like this first pick is pretty easy for me. I will get my running back 5 in Darrell Williams, little correlated piece there with my Cardinals. Darrell's the only Cardinal that I'm still taking at this point in the draft. I'm obviously not taking AJ Green, so got an RB5 that can catch passes from my quarterback 1. And then the question is, do I go Tolbert or do I go Kendrick Bourne for my Dolphins stack correlation? And I think that the answer is Tolbert. It's an ADP value instead of a reach like Bourne. And there's just more target availability, I think, in the Dallas offense. And it's a better passing offense. Like, it's just so hard to decipher what's going to happen in New England this year with their pass catchers. Like, there's just a bunch of, like, number 2 wide receivers.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be a relatively low pass volume, just as the default.
It's pretty tough being a Patriots fan nowadays.
Yeah, I feel so bad for you.
Sensed a little bit of sarcasm there.
Yeah, you've just been through so much in the past 20 years as a Patriots fan. Kendrick Bourne goes.
I mean, right here, I'm taking Curtis Samuel or KJ Hamler unless they both go, and then I'll fucking just leave the stream.
It's fair.
And you're doing it by yourself.
But you got Justin Ross coming out, your boy.
All right, I'm locked into 1. If he takes Curtis, I'll draft KJ above ADP just to guarantee. If he doesn't take Curtis, I'm taking Curtis, and then I'll hope KJ falls to ADP.
Okay.
Because Curtis correlates week 16 with my 49er stack. So I'll go Curtis here, and then Hamler will correlate with CEH in week 17. It'll correlate in week 16 with the Ram stack, and I don't have any Cardinals for week 15. So hopefully nobody takes KJ here. I haven't even looked at buys, to be honest. I've just been kind of drafting. See what happens.
Yeah, you kind of crazy.
Oh, what a great run out. What a fantastic run out. I love it. Love to see it.
There you go. Yeah, KJ Hamler is just such a good pick. Like, I don't care. He's going to have at least 2 or 3 spike weeks this year.
Bro, my team is fucking electric. and
Is
it's gonna lose in the regular season. I guarantee it.
You think so?
Guaranteed. It's like, oh yeah, like every team on DraftKings looks good.
I mean, it really does. Especially when you like have been drafting on underdog, you come over here, you're like, holy shit, every team is a super team.
Bro,
But
I
then
got
so is everyone else's.
CMC, Barkley, CEH, Chase Edmonds, and Daryl Henderson as my five RBs.
Are you stopping there?
Like I said, depending on who's available in the next 2 rounds, I'll consider drafting an RB6. I don't think it's bad with the 2 extra added rounds, especially at the running back position where these dudes get hurt every fucking week, especially on my team with these injury-prone fucks. So probably taking a long shot RB6 would be pretty good for my team specifically.
These injury-prone fucks.
You know, maybe you should have some more sympathy. They do go through a lot. It is pretty.
These are
grueling
real
on the body.
people, bro.
It is pretty grueling on the body. I'm sorry, CMC.
Damn.
Play 3 games and make $20 million. That's the life. To be honest.
You could do whatever you want to my body for $20 million.
Dead ass.
Pause.
Cut off an arm.
Honestly, I would too.
I'd do a lot of things for $20 million, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Just about anything.
Self-respect, absolutely gone at that point.
Morals out the window. Swear to God.
Oh, God.
I'm not even joking either.
What do I do here? I got to go. I'll just keep drafting Will Fuller every time he falls to past pick 200. I don't care. That's fine. And then I've got Bateman. I'm going to take Ross.
Justin Ross is a good late round.
On any other site, that would be a final round pick, in the 18th round. You get 2 extra rounds here. So, you can get even deeper. I don't know. I like my team, but I feel like wide receiver is like either going to smash or be chopped. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks at my wide receivers. We'll see.
Yeah, in every draft, you're always going to have one position where it's like, yeah, a little iffy. It's just the way it goes. So right here, could consider a tight end 3 because I think my team is a 3 tight end build with Higbee and Albert O.
Yeah, you probably want somebody who's has a different bye week than them, I would think.
Oh, do they have the same bye? They have both? No.
I don't know.
They have 7 and 9, so we're straight on that. But yeah. See, I'm just not too high on Uzoma. And Conklin's there too. If Trey, so I'll probably just go with an upside rookie in Wandale past ADP. Then on my next pick, I will take Trey McBride if he's there, and just try and capitalize on the rookies and how they bloom later in the season.
Yeah, I don't hate Trey McBride. God, his only obstacle is Zach Ertz, who's like 45 years old right now. So
yeah. Zach Ertz is still there.
I like Mo Alley Cox a little bit. I like OJ Howard a little bit.
I like OJ Howard just because he's gonna catch 2 touchdowns in that Week 17 game, guaranteed.
You think so?
Yeah, it's just gonna happen.
I hope not, because I got Knox on my team. So
you know what? I will just take the fucking value with Uzoma and be done.
Okay, that's fair. They gave him a decent contract. Like, he should be the starter over Conklin.
Yeah, I got him at pick 219 and his ADP is 195. So 24 picks of ADP value, 2 rounds. Like we've talked about on the pod, you literally cannot go wrong with just taking ADP value if you don't know who to take. As long as it makes sense for your team. Like a tight end at 3 made sense for this team. But I will say these drafts do go by faster. People are on their shit on DraftKings.
Yeah, they are. I think I'm set up pretty well here at this turn, my final turn here. Got a couple names that I'd be happy to take.
Anybody's watching, what running back should I draft with my last pick? Who's a sneaky, low-owned, high upside guy?
I got one in my queue, but he ain't making it to you. I got a dude who doesn't even have an ADP. Probably hasn't been drafted in this tournament yet.
Doesn't have an ADP.
Mm-mm.
I'm scrolling all the way down the list.
I had to search him up.
This dude's about to draft somebody in the USFL. Reggie Corbin.
Is Corbin in here?
He'll probably be on a team.
Oh, yeah, no, he will. All right, so my first pick is Bryan Edwards. You know, whatever. He's probably dog shit, but, you know, I got my week 17 correlation with my Arizona double stack. And I will close out the draft here with my running back 6, the direct backup to the 101 in fantasy, Tyson Williams. Coming in at under 10% owned in all these tournaments. Nobody's drafting him. Everyone wants to burn a 13th round pick on Naheem Hines when Jonathan Taylor's true backup is free.
Damn.
Good luck, everybody.
Bold take. Bold.
I'm telling you, at least 1 week this season, Tyson Williams is going to be a cash game lock on DraftKings because he's 3K.
Or not even going to be on the team come week 1. That's also
I don't think that's likelier possibility. I don't think that's even in.
That is the likelier possibility is that he's not even on the fucking team come week 1.
I'll give you another running back though, since I didn't take him for you. He was my highest owned player pre-draft, and then he kind of fell out of favor. But Dearness Johnson, I mean, he just signed the extension, and I promise you that when Kareem Hunt gets shipped off with Baker Mayfield, Dearness Johnson is going to be everybody's favorite pick. I've been on this for months.
Is he even available?
Oh, yeah.
He's not.
What? Somebody took him? Devin Duvernay, James Washington, a couple of good wide receivers made it to the end here. That's interesting.
How much time do I have? 20 seconds.
Chris Carson.
I don't even know. I'll just go a homer pick. Just a straight homer pick. He's probably going to score 0.0 fantasy points this year. But it's okay.
Yeah, he's probably not going to touch the field. I'm not even going to hold you.
See, with the Patriots, though, they made an effort to get faster on offense, which is why they drafted Strong and Thornton. Because they were both, I believe, I might be wrong, I think they were both the fastest players at their position at running back and wide receiver. So if they kind of want to integrate more speed into the offense, maybe these rookies do have a little bit of a role. But obviously, in terms of the running back depth chart, it's just insanely unlikely that Pierre Strong moves up the depth chart without one of them getting traded or getting hurt.
It's just hard because their top 3 are like established, you know.
Yeah.
Damian Harris obviously is the one, and then Stevenson showed flashes, and James White's kind of locked into his role. So it's just hard. Like he kind of
one of the best running back depth charts in the league. Just hard. It's just gonna be hard.
Yeah. Really only 2 teams to review here, since I don't think there's any point in going through these other scrub teams, and it's impossible to navigate anyways. So
yeah, I mean, the only way to look at the team is like this, right on the bottom right, which is
Man, DraftKings has the most money out of any of these sites and just continues to put out this product
Just
that
pretty like, come on. Just have a little like I think they have it on mobile,
yeah,
but
but even still it doesn't show the whole team. Like you can't screenshot your teams. Like
yeah. All right. Well, anyways, here's my team. Stafford, CMC, Barkley, Debo, A-Rob, Cooper, Albert O, Michael Thomas, CEH, Trey Lance, Chase Edmonds, Jameson, Hendo, Higbee, OBJ, Curtis, KJ, Wandale, Uzoma, Pierre Strong Jr. Overall, I think a pretty fucking solid team.
that's a pretty solid squadron there. 2-6-9-3. I like it. Double dipped at quarterback. Got your stacks. Got Trey and Debo. Got Stafford to A-Rob and Higbee. Got Darrell Henderson correlated in the offense.
Got a bunch of mini
Unfortunately,
correlations.
did you hit on any week 17 correlations? Besides like the CEH Broncos stuff, like did you hit on your stacks? I know you missed the Chargers, but
no, I didn't draft a Raider or a Charger for my stack, so it's whatever. But I have enough good players, I think, to where if I do make it, I think I'll be straight. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough that I didn't get a bring back, just the way the draft fell. But I do have a mini correlation for Week 17 with the Broncos Chiefs, which is still going to be one of the highest total games on the Week 17 slate, and I think the totals are actually up. So we might discuss that on a pod or something in the future. But yeah, overall, I mean, I like my team. My running backs are pretty strong. I personally think my wide receivers are pretty strong with Debo, A-Rob, Cooper, MT as my top four. And then I got Jameson, OBJ, Curtis Samuel, KJ Hamler, Wandale Robinson, a lot of high upside, high ceiling guys that could get the 100-yard bonus. And I honestly, I think a lot of my top guys are going to be like the PPR guys, like Michael Thomas, Cooper, and even Allen Robinson a little bit. And then I got the 100-yard bonus guys at the end of the draft with high ceilings. Quarterback, Stafford, Trey Lance. Can't go wrong there. CMC, Saquon. Yeah, I like my team a lot.
My only critique of your team, or I guess specifically of the wide receivers you're talking about, is that, I try when I have like multiple of those guys, or when I try to not double down on multiple guys who are not necessarily going to be ready at the start, like having MT.
I mean,
OBJ,
Michael Thomas is going to be
and
ready.
Jameson Williams all on the same team. Like I try not to draft those guys, Michael Gallup together, etc. Yeah. Like I like, like ideally like Michael Gallup and Russell Gage, like guys who can both have their best parts of the season at different times, that kind of thing. But
Michael Thomas is going to be ready though. If he's not ready, just fuck him.
That's the X factor for your team. Is if Michael Thomas is ready from week 1 and he's your locked in, wide receiver 4, you're lit. So
I personally, I do expect him to be ready, and I think that is the expectation throughout the Saints organization as well, is that he's going to be ready. There's no reason why he shouldn't.
I mean, there's no reason why he isn't ready right now, though. It's like, what are we doing, bro?
Well, they said that he should be ready before training camp.
I guess we'll find out. I'm it up to here with Michael Thomas.
Either way, pretty great team. All right. Got your team on the screen over here. You went 2-6-10-2.
Yep. I love my team. I think I've got all the upside built in at the right spots. I feel good about Kyler and Tua as a duo, both stacked with good options. Kyler to Hollywood and Darrell Williams, got Tua to Jalen Waddle. So both of my top receivers stacked up. Diggs in there. Got Diggs, Knox, Boyd correlated for week 17. Got Najee Bateman correlated for week 17. Got, just some upside receivers. That's really where, like, I think it comes down to for my team is, do those late wide receivers hit? Dotson, Tolbert, Fuller, Justin Ross. Like, that's 4 guys that have a really wide range. But if 2 of them hit, then I'm straight. Yeah. If none of them hit, this team is $5 down the drain. So, but that's how I want to draft, Like I want that's how I want it. Either this team is going to be like God tier or it's a waste of money. And, most of these teams are going to be a waste of money in a 830,000 person field. So you just got to shoot for the moon.
Yeah, I definitely like your core with Diggs, Waddle, Najee, Hollywood. Like those are a bunch of PPR guys, right? And guys that can get the bonus. And obviously Kyler on DraftKings with the rushing upside and the rushing bonus. That's great. I just think your bench is a little bit iffy, like you said. Wide range of outcomes with a lot of these players and Dotson, Darrell, Tolbert, Fuller, Brian Edwards, Ross. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of your wide receivers on your bench, or just your bench in general. Just because I think a majority of the weeks these guys are going to give you 9 or less points, 8 or less points, in my opinion. Besides Will Fuller, obviously, if Will Fuller plays, I think he's a smash. We've already talked about Will Fuller a bunch, but yeah, I mean, you just embraced low floor, high ceiling, and if these players work out, I think you'll be straight. But honestly, I'd probably lean to them not working out.
Well, that's because you're a hater, and you can't cure that. Can't cure being a hating ass bitch.
I mean, my team is obviously better than yours, but I did have the 3rd pick. You have the 12th pick. Drafting at the top of the order is just clear cut, so much more beneficial this year than in any recent year, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's why it's crazy that you still managed to draft a worse team than me, even with that advantage.
Absolutely not. There's no shot my team is worse than yours. No.
Man, all right. I think that about covers it. You think? I mean, unfortunately, none of our Discord members are in here, so we can't do team reviews on the people. But yeah, good draft. Shout out to DraftKings.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel.
Yep.
Like the stream, the video.
Yep. Join the Discord. And yeah, we'll have 3 podcast episodes out this week, every single week for the off season. So
yes, sir.
Keep riding with us, and we'll be back next Sunday, same time, same place, 12 p.m. Eastern, noon, best ball brunch every weekend. And we'll catch you guys there. Have a good